Or if the bomb that drops on you gets your friends and neighbors too, there'll be nobody left behind to grieve, and we will all go together when we go. What a comforting fact that is to know.
Hello and thank you for watching the John Doe Prepper Channel. I'm your host, John A. Whitman, and in case you're wondering why I'm dressed weirder than usual, with the multicam alpine balaclava and then these super tight-fitting, essentially long johns, that is because today we are doing yet another video in the Winter Combat Gear mini-series. And in today's video, I'm gonna take all the different layers of clothing that I've already done separate little videos on each one of, and I'm gonna put them all together, and we're gonna see just how well said layers of clothing are able to retain my body heat out in the winter weather, now that we actually have winter weather where I'm at. So without any further ado, let's jump right into what will hopefully be a really cool montage of me putting all this crap on.
Now, ladies and germs, we are out in the great outdoors. As you can see, it is a lovely, positively tropical, balmy 14 degrees Fahrenheit out right now. I am wearing all 4 layers of my winter combat clothing setup currently. So now we're gonna just do a brief little sort of field test before it gets too cold and my camera craps the bed for the second time. So let's jump right on into that, first with some walking in the deep-ish snow behind me. All right, you can see we have this lovely super deep snow that's almost up to my knees. I'm just gonna step right on in there. Kind of just stand here a little bit, see if the cold kind of starts to seep through the footwear at all. Great camera angle, as you can see. 10 out of 10 best camera work ever. My toes are still nice and warm right now, although because I am just wearing 2 pair of socks and the mucklucks without liners, I can kind of tell just standing here that if I were doing this for maybe like an hour, it would start to get a little chilly. But fleece liners for these mucklucks are on my shopping list eventually. But with all these overlapping elasticated cuffs on all these various different uniforms, this is doing a phenomenal job of keeping the snow out of the suit. And just to kind of drive that point home, it is now time for the second part of this test, which is this. Hi. That was fun. And once again, no snow got in the suit anywhere. The only snow that is touching any of my skin directly is the little bit that I kicked up onto my face by rolling around like a log in a river. But yeah, so again, all these lovely elasticated cuffs on the oversuit, on the mittens, on the ATAX FG undersuit, all combined together to make a completely snow-proof setup. And with this oversuit being basically the same fabric used for cheap rain ponchos, again, no moisture or water's getting in here. Obviously the mittens are nice and water resistant. The mucklucks are waterproof, so no snow is getting in anywhere, which is very nice. So real quick, speaking of that ATAX FG undersuit, some of you might be wondering why I even bother to wear that when I have this Multicam Alpine oversuit for winter. Well, I briefly touched on this in a video about this particular undersuit, but the reason for that is that a lot of militaries will teach you for winter warfare that when it is early winter, like it is right now, you can see there's tons of snow on the ground, but there's not all that much snow on the trees. So when you're moving through a field, like I am right now, where everything is white, it makes sense to be head to toe in white. But if you're moving through the woods, you can just doff this top part of the oversuit, and now the upper half of your body, which is in among all the trees, will actually blend in with the trees, while the lower part of your body, which is down near the ground where all the snow is, will blend in with that. And I do have a fleece cap in this pattern as well, and I should be getting a tube scarf in this pattern in the mail actually right today, so I'm quite excited for that. But that's kind of the next part of this, where I would wear those underneath this balaclava to give me a little bit of more insulation around my face and head, and then it would also mean that I just take this balaclava off, and now the entire upper half of my body, including my head, is in ATAX FG. And then when you go into a field again, it's as simple as, if I can see which side is the outside, there we go. It's as simple as throwing this back on and zipping her up. And as for the mittens, obviously the white covers on those also can be removed, which I'm not going to do because it's kind of fiddly, but you can see you have the white cover, and if I kind of retract the foreskin there, you can see underneath the actual mitten is olive green. It's all about the versatility. But that is all of the various layers of my winter combat loadout insulating layer system, all kind of fleshed out and put together. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Hopefully you found it entertaining and educational. But with all that being said, once again, thank you for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, consider leaving a like and a comment for the YouTube algorithm. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, then do that, because that would be really cool if you did. I have been your host, John A. Whitman, and you are watching the John Doe Prepper channel, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye!
We will all go together when we go, all suffused with an incandescent glow. No one will have the endurance to collect on his insurance. Lloyds of London will be loaded when they go.